What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Are y'all ready to eat? I know I am. I'm about to get this thing popping. I'm so excited for tonight's meal. It's gonna be so good. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Hatch's Kitchen, and tonight we're gonna do something very simple. I feel like it's a very simple meal, but it's super flavorful. Um, Technique makes it that much better. We're gonna do some salmon belly tonight, alongside with some shrimp. I'm gonna give you some tips on how to prepare all of these things, and then we're gonna pair it with some stir-fried noodles and some broccolini. So let's get to it. I've been looking forward to this meal for a while now. I've been thinking about this salmon belly. Salmon belly is like one of my favorite cuts of fish. Um, it's like super fatty and flavorful. Like you get all those omega 3s out of the salmon from this dish. Uh, and it's really simple to prepare. Like it's not anything too crazy, you know. All you need is your broiler. Really, salmon belly is you don't want to overcook your salmon. So, like I said, I'm gonna show you some tips on how to accomplish all of these things. So, let's get started. All right. So, actually, what we're gonna do first, I'm gonna show you guys a little trick with this shrimp. All right. So, when it comes to peeling and deveining shrimp, there's a lot of different things that you can do. All right. You can go to the fishmonger. You can get them as they are, shell on, not deveined or anything like that. Or you can go and when they say, they'll cut the shell and like devein the top of it. But a lot of people don't pay attention to the fact that shrimp has a vein on the bottom of it, right? So what I did, I went along earlier. Actually, let me go ahead and wash my hands real quick. So, like I was saying, everybody typically just focuses on the top of the shrimp, right? So, I went ahead and did some work a little bit earlier. Y'all wouldn't want to watch me peel and devein all of these shrimp, right? But I did half of the work already. So, this top part is already supposedly deveined, but what they don't typically do is go all the way to the back, right? So, you have a whole lot more in this little back section and you still got this vein back here, which is really a digestive tract. Um, and what you're gonna do is get the bottom of that shrimp and get the vein out of the bottom of it. All right, so you're gonna go along the bottom of it like this, and then you're just gonna pop this up. See? So when you think that you got peeled and deveined shrimp, you got half of it deveined, but the other half is still very much there. So I'm gonna go through and bust these down, and then we're gonna get popping. But yeah, how was y'all's day, man? Tuesday, we got past Monday. I know work for me today was eventful. Uh, hope you guys had a chill day. We got the Sunday scaries, then you had Mondays. Nobody really likes Mondays. Fun fact, I was actually born on a Monday. I got straight to business when I got into this world. So, I have a special tie to Mondays, but, they're not always my favorite. But, hey, we move. So, yeah, like I said, I'm just going through the back of this right now. and I have a paper towel down there. Don't just think I'm just throwing this in my sink. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go through the back. All you want to do is just take your knife. You don't want to cut all the way through it. And when you go along the line, you'll see the vein in the bottom of that. And once you go along that, we're just gonna call it a vein because I don't feel like saying the digestive tract every single time. But if you just go alongside of it, it kind of comes out with how you, you know, scrape your knife on the, or you cut your knife on the bottom of it. Oh no, we'll get that in a second. Great day, solid day. We love it. We love it. Shout out to the fam in the chat. Love y'all. So yeah, like I said, we're just gonna go through, finish out the deveining on the top. Like I said, because they don't usually get all the way to the end. You still got some stuff on there. And then, oops, I didn't do the bottom. I'll take this. Come out. Boom. But yeah, from the last stream, I guess you can kind of see I made some updates. You can actually see my face now. Somebody said we can't see your face, so I was like, all right, let me go ahead and make some adjustments so that you can actually put a face to the dishes that I'm making. Yeah. That's somebody who said we can't see your face. The person who reported that to me is my mother. Well, I saw your stream and it was good, but we can't see your face. Somebody said we can't see your face, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, we can't see your face. So she helped me out, gave me some pointers, and now you guys get to put a face to Hatch's Kitchen. Hi, I'm Hatch, and I guess since these are some of my first videos. Y'all want to get to know me a little bit? Let's see. Actually, this is very funny. So I don't know if I mentioned this last time or not, but I'll mention it again for all the new ones here. The first big task that I ever had in the kitchen was peeling and deveining 3 pounds of shrimp for a family cookout. I think I was still in middle school or something like that. That's when I started cooking. And, peeling and deveining shrimp is a process in itself. It's meticulous, it's not the most sexiest thing to do in in the kitchen because you're dealing with basically the innards of shrimp, right? It's crazy. But, it was really interesting to see how things get done, from actually just having something prepared for you and then going in and making it yourself. So, I mean, it was a cookout and a fish fry. And who doesn't love some fresh fried shrimp? That's one of the best things. I love a fish fry. You get that old school R&B going. You got your aunties and your uncles saying, "What you know about that? Who sung this song?" That's something that we always do in the house with my family. We always say, "What you know about this? Who sung this song?" And we quiz everybody and see if they know what they singing, if they know who they're listening to. But yeah, great memories in the kitchen, and it's just interesting when you look back and see how many memories are shared in the kitchen. That's why I really enjoy cooking as well, especially with my family and with my friends. And actually, shout out to my homeboy Quinn. I was over at his house one time, and we were cooking some food. And ain't that crazy? I go over to my friend's house and I'm cooking. Shout out to my dog. But he was like, "Hatch, you peeling deveining the shrimp, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I already got it." And then he picked up the shrimp and he was like, you got a vein on the bottom too. I said, oh, word. Ever since then, I have never prepared shrimp and not double devein my shrimp. And I know, like, whenever I'm cooking with my family, I'm like a stickler for things being right in the kitchen. So whenever I ask somebody else to peel and devein some shrimp, I always go behind them and make sure that they double deveined it, because if you know better, you do better, right? So that's what I go by. All right, so we just bust down these shrimp. Now they're peeled and double veined. Double deveined. There you go. My boy Mike, hey, come on down, brother. You're always welcome. Big dog watching too. What's up, pops? Yeah, so we got this shrimp done. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit. And then we're gonna move to the salmon belly. Super easy. Actually, the crazy thing about the salmon belly is the fishmonger at the store. I'm not gonna shout the store because I don't have a partnership yet. But if you want a partnership, come on. I'll mention you. I'll drop the name. But one of the homies at the fishmonger counter, he was like, I'm not really supposed to do this. So he literally took a beautiful fillet of salmon and he violated that thing just like it has some salmon belly. I forgot his name, but I definitely appreciate you, my guy. Salmon belly, like I said, is one of my favorites. So he came in clutch for me. Alright, wipe all that stuff off. And honestly, one of the greatest things that I put in my kitchen is this little magnetic knife strip. I just think it's fun to display your knives like that. So, but yeah, we're gonna pull out this salmon belly and get this thing seasoned. So, like I said, my homie violated it and gave me like a little thin strip, but that's all we need. That's all we need. We got shrimp and salmon. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take a little bit of salt. I have already like rinsed this off. I had it in the refrigerator to cool, to dry out a little bit. You don't want too much moisture on your salmon. So I'm gonna take a little bit of salt, put it on top. And then get a little bit of pepper and a little bit of white pepper. I'm like on this huge white pepper kick as of late. I don't know. I think it probably came from whenever I was I love Asian food. And they use white pepper in Asian food. So it just adds like a nice base of heat to your dish. It's not anything like powerful. It just like sits on your tongue a little bit, like as you're eating it and enjoying it. So it's really good. So just right now, just some salt, some white pepper, some black pepper, and we're gonna let it rock. We're gonna put this back in the refrigerator right now. Let it do what it needs to do. Put the shrimp back in the refrigerator right now. Keep it cool. And then we're gonna bust down some of these vegetables for this little dish I'm about to make. Clean my surface off because I don't play about cross-contamination at all. And I also don't really want to have chemicals on my hands. I'm busting down these aromatics. So what we're gonna do is how we're gonna season or marinate or cook this food. We're gonna I'm thinking let's do like how about like a teriyaki slash miso, make it a little spicy, put some ginger in there. Uh, that's gonna be the sauce that we put in there, that we put on the salmon. Actually, yeah, let's do it now. You pivot, right? When you cook, you pivot. Alright, I'm going to take a bunch of different things, add it together, and it's gonna be great. Cool, cool. Alright, simple things, great dish. So like I said, I'm gonna make this marinade. I'm gonna do some miso. Just a little bit of miso paste. Alright. Put this back. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a marinade and then I'm gonna do a butter too. So this is the marinade right now. A little bit of teriyaki. And then secret weapon, some mirin. Love mirin, so good. So mirin is a sweet cooking wine, and it just adds like a sweetness to your marinades, and it also because it has it's a wine, it has a little bit of alcohol in it, right? It helps break things down and tenderize things. So I'm gonna put a little bit of mirin in there as well, just to give the marinade a little bit more liquid. Then some soy sauce as well. Not too much, we don't want it to be too salty. I'm gonna add some red pepper flakes, because who doesn't like a little bit of spice? And then a little bit more pepper. I'm not gonna do too much because I already put some on the fish in the refrigerator. Always, this is one thing that you gotta pay attention to. Look at it. Let's see. Am I supposed to refrigerate this after opening? I don't really think so, but maybe. No, I guess not. I typically put it in the refrigerator, but it's not telling me to, so I'm gonna combine all of this stuff. Make this marinade. What brand of teriyaki is that? Let's see. It's a Japanese barbecue sauce. It says the original Japanese barbecue sauce. I typically would make my own teriyaki sauce. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that next time. I'll take y'all through my process of making like some of my sauces, some of like kitchen staples. But this was one that I picked up. It's good. It's really good. It's like a quick little go-to. I pick up if I don't have the time or I don't have the the forethought to think of how I'm gonna marinate everything. But yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna take this salmon out, take it off this paper towel, because I don't want the paper towel getting all this good marinade. And then we're just gonna put it on top. Let it go. Ooh. I'm gonna pivot. I forgot one important thing. Two important things. Ginger and garlic. So I'm gonna take some garlic that I have already started. I'm gonna just shave it over it. And then, let's see. It's all on the bottom of it. It's not even falling off yet. There it goes. Alright. That's the garlic. And then ginger. Ginger, I found this little trick lately. How do you peel ginger? Easiest way, not with a knife, it's with a spoon. All you gotta do is just take your spoon, get the ginger in one hand, and you just go alongside, and it literally just peels off. It's super easy. I used to peel ginger with a knife, and it used to take a while, just because I'm so meticulous and I like to be a perfectionist. If I'm peeling something, I don't like to see any of the peel on whatever I got going on. So, I'm not gonna peel all of this ginger on, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna shave all of this ginger or zest all of this ginger onto the salmon right now, because I wanna save some for the butter that I'm gonna put on top as it's in the broiler to base it with. And then I always just put like a little towel down, just because like once you're done peeling all this stuff off, easy cleanup. It's done. You're done. I'm gonna take the ginger, grate it on that as well. Alright, put that to the side. So combine all of this, get that good marinade. Oh, it's about to be so good. I wish I could smell this. It smells so good right now. I'm excited. I'm making a mess, but it is what it is. You can always clean up. This hand is still clean. Spoon, just so I can get it on top. All right, so we got the marinade on the salmon. It's looking quite lovely, if I do say so myself. When I'm in the kitchen, like, I wash my hands like 11 times. So that's why I just keep a little towel on me, so I don't have to run through my paper towel reserve. Alright, so as I say that, I feel like I should have like a paper towel counter, honestly, as I go on with all this stuff. And then instead of just letting this shrimp sit, what I'm gonna do is marinate the shrimp too. So I'll take the shrimp, missed one, it's not too bad, put it in there. We rock it. Okay, so with the shrimp, I like to like balance my flavors out. So we already have savory, we have sweet, from the teriyaki, the mirin. So let's have this be bright. Um, I'm thinking like a ponzu-ish type of marinade on it, like similar, just because I want to use a little bit of lemon. So I'm gonna take some salt. It's like basics, like the basics of flavors, right? Salt, pepper. Why not some red pepper as well? Red pepper flakes. Just a little bit. And then a little bit of onion powder. And then I'm also gonna grate a little bit more garlic and put it in there. Like, I really like garlic though, so I'm gonna put some more. Cool. Should be good for right now. And then just mix it up. Right now, just get a little base for it. Combine it. And right now, I don't wanna put too much sauce on this right now because I wanna get a good sear on my shrimp. So I'm gonna leave it right now like this, and then whenever we do the sauce, we're gonna do it towards the end with the shrimp, like while it's cooking. I'm gonna add like some lemon to it, maybe a little bit of lemon zest, and then yeah, that'll be that. So put this back in, and then I'll clean this stuff up again. And we'll move on to writing down these aromatics. The star of the show. My knife's name is Hachiko. I got it from Japan. It has its name. It's engraved in it too. When I got it on the day of its birth, I sat there and watched that man. He said it's like defacing the Mona Lisa. I said, I don't care, it's my knife. Put my name on it. So I didn't care. But it's mine now, so I'm gonna break down some shallots right now. Let's see, I'm just gonna dice this up. I like fine dices. Just break it down. A bunch of little tools and gadgets that I use in my kitchen. So there's little things, so I don't have to use my knife or scrape with my knife so you don't dull your blade. Just get a nice little like pastry scraper, and then you can just pick everything up. You may make a little mess every once in a while, but hey, it's all good. Shallots done. We're gonna move on to the onion. So The way that I like to have my noodles is like long ways. I don't like to dice it up in my noodles just because I think it looks better visually. Um, so when I say long way, I'll show you guys what I mean. Half it. Take off this little outer layer. And did you guys know that cutting onions in a specific direction reduces the fumes that it brings up so you don't cry? If you cut it along, right? So this is the onion, right? I just cut it in half. So it has lines that go up it, right? If you cut along these lines, the fumes you won't like disrupt the fibers in the onion, so that those fumes won't get you teary-eyed. So turn to the side. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. I got onions going everywhere, but it's all good. Well, these I can grab a little bit easier. So we put the onions right here. You know what? Why am I doing so much work? I'm just gonna use my little scraper. That's what it's there for. Boom. Onions done. And then we got the garlic. So I'm gonna mince these cloves of garlic up. I always take off that little brown end. People leave it on. I think it's the word that came to mind was ugly. Whenever you look at all the rest of the garlic when it's diced up. So how I'm gonna dice this up or mince this up, I'm gonna do it the same way that I did the shallot. I'm gonna go along. You don't want to cut all the way towards the back. You want to leave it so that it can stay together. All right, then you're gonna go down. You're gonna turn it and then go down the other way, and then just run through it. See, like if you look at it, it's literally broken up into little, like long rectangles, basically. And then you just go through, and you just got a bunch of little squares of diced garlic. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. Go down, down, and take your time with this. You don't want to poke yourself in the hand with a sharp knife, because this knife is sharp. This knife is very sharp. I'm gonna run through it again. Uh-oh, one escaped. Knock that down. Make sure all your cuts are uniform. If you do want to scrape with your knife, don't scrape with the sharp edge. Scrape with the back end. But I'm gonna take this, put it in this little bowl. Garlic. Done. Well, onion escaped. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is cook the noodles, and then I'm gonna cook the noodles real quick, and then I'm gonna have it rest a little bit. Because I don't really like taking hot noodles and then putting it in something because then it can get mushy and everything like that. You want to keep the integrity of the noodle. So, go to the spoon, get some water going. Noodles. I guess I should have had this water boiling this whole time so it could be ready. But hey, it is what it is. You don't need too much water as long as it's gonna cover everything. Right on. Okay. And then also, sometimes if you look at your stove, there's a certain eye on your stove, and it typically says power boiler. I don't know what the difference is if it puts out more gas to get more flame or more heat on your pot, but hey, this is my power boiler eye right here. So I'm gonna cover this up because if you let the steam get out, it's like it's cool. You have cool air going in. So if you cover your water while it's starting to boil up, it'll boil quicker. So yeah. What else are we doing? We're doing shrimp, broccoli. So get this broccoli. Nice stuff off. By the time I finish that, should be ready to cook the noodles. But yeah, so cooking does not have to be scary at all. A lot of people get intimidated by cooking. Cooking is really like a creative outlet once you get used to it, you know. A lot of people express their creativity in different ways. Cooking is one of the ways that I express mine. And there's nothing better than just like creating something that other people, like your loved ones that you're cooking for, that they can enjoy. I know that whenever I cook something for my family or my friends, I kind of like take a bite of my food and immediately just like look, not like that, not like at that, but like, you know, I'll eat and I'll look over and like, how is it? You like it? And typically it's a yes, but more often than not, it's a yes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't have this little cooking channel if I wasn't confident about my food. Not my food be smacking. You know what I'm saying? In Hatcher's Kitchen, everything turns out good. I'm just playing. No, we all have our mistakes that we run into. You know, things that we could do better. But hey, that's what this is all for. We live, we learn, we live to cook another day. All right. I don't like to leave my knife dirty, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off after I cut these stems off. This knife is super sharp. Like literally, I could take this knife. Don't do this at home. Okay, it's my home, but like literally, just right through it. This knife is sharp. It's very sharp. Really. I like to cut off the edges because they brown. You know, like after you cut a vegetable, you have like a nice healthy look to it. But like whenever they cut it in the store, this dries out and then it can turn a different, like it can brown up and things like that. It's not a good look. So I cut it off. And you want to keep as much of the stem as possible just because that is where a lot of the nutrients are in broccoli. So some of them you gotta cut a little lower just because, like I said, I'm a perfectionist. I see some stuff on the stems, so I'll go through and knock those that stuff off for it to look a little bit better. Clean it up. I'm just gonna cut that off actually. And some of the stuff you just like peel off. I don't really need to cut all that stuff off like that. I just want it to look a little better. And chat, don't worry. I am working on a way to get some music in here. I saw from one of the videos I did one time, it like muted a lot of it just because I was using music that I shouldn't have been using at the time. And there's a way to do it to where it won't strike you, but hey, I haven't figured that out yet. I'm new to this. I'm new to streaming. I'm true to the kitchen, so you ain't gotta worry about that. I may not know everything about this little streaming thing, but I do know about this cooking thing. So just clean up some of my stuff. Wash hands, you know, the usual. See, now I'm already starting to see some activity. This is probably about like 3 to 4 cups of water. And with this power boiler, it gets it done pretty quick. That's why I use this one. I actually use this eye the most out of all of them. I don't know why. But it's just what I like to do. This is just water. Don't worry. We ain't doing anything too crazy yet. I'm new to this, so I'm trying to be good on my best behavior. Once we get on this thing a little bit more, get a little more comfortable, maybe we'll take a shot. I don't know. I like to have fun in the kitchen, definitely. I like to dance. I like to drink a little something, you know what I'm saying? We like vibes, right? We like to curate vibes. And that's what I'm doing. So, a little bit of water goes a long way. That water just like revitalized me. I ain't even gonna lie. That water was good. I got this system put in my house. It's a it like cleans your water, purifies it, conditions. I think they even said it conditions your water or something like that. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't use, like, I actually used to use bottled water. Like, I would fill that up with bottled water. Bottled water isn't even good because of all the microplastics that's in it. So, I got this system under my sink. It's a reverse osmosis system. Super clean water. You can feel the difference when you wash your hands, when you take a shower, all that stuff is through all of my pipes. If you want the link, you want my connect, let me know. I got you. I promise you I got you. I'm over here talking to y'all with a knife. We can. I mean, I'm not threatening y'all. I talk with my hands, and the knife is an extension of yourself, you know what I'm saying? So I just be talking with a knife. I don't know. I'm not crazy, I promise you. I'm fun crazy. I'm not crazy, you know what I'm saying? Put Hatchet Co up real quick. Right there. Alright, so this water is getting to, actually, we're good. We can put the noodles in now. You see how fast that was? You see how fast that was? You know, we multitask. You know, if we just do one thing, I'm just gonna sit here and watch this. That's not fun. It's not entertaining. We gotta do things, right? So we multitask. Take this off. See this thing? Crazy. Put these noodles in. And another thing, you don't want to cook these noodles too long. You want to leave it so that I put it a little bit like firmer than a normal like al dente. Al dente like has like a little bite to it in the noodles. You don't want it like too loose because I'm gonna take these noodles and then ultimately I'm gonna stir fry it, right? And all the sauce is gonna be nice. I promise you, y'all stick with me. I'm gonna show y'all my little tricks. You know, if you're here, if you a brother, you know what I'm saying? You learn some of these things. Bust it out on a date in front of your wife, you know, your girl. anything like that, bro. I'm here to help the fellas out. I'm also here to help the ladies out. Ladies, I know that y'all like to cook as well. This is a whole community. Everybody's gonna get better together. That's what we're here for. So, like I said, I'm gonna have these noodles going. I'm gonna pay attention to them. Just because I don't want them to overcook. They're only gonna need a couple of minutes. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take this time to reposition you guys so that you guys can see a little bit better. Would you like that? Do you like this view, or do you want me to bring it over? Let's see. What kind of noodles? These are lo mein noodles. The thing about it is, I had these noodles that I loved. I use these noodles all the time. And then what did I do? I looked on the back at the ingredients, and then I saw that it had yellow 5 in it. I don't do all those dyes and everything like that. Red 40, red 5, yellow, blue, green, purple, fuchsia. I don't know what they put in this food, but I don't want to eat it. It's not good for you. So I had to switch to something else. These are healthier. I'm still kind of like trying to settle on what noodles I like the most right now, because nothing was really touching that other one. I'm sorry, man. Those things were real good, but we got these. We move. Let to cook another day, right? So like I said, this doesn't take long. These things are like already almost done. Crazy work. Yeah, but these are lo mein noodles. The brand, I ain't gonna shout them out because I don't stand by them yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna stick beside it just yet. I don't know yet, so we gonna see. But I'm gonna take this here, the strainer. This is really like good for straining broths and things like that because it's super fine. You know, I forgot the name of it. I'll look it up, but I'll let y'all know. This thing is great. But like I said, I'm gonna cut this right now. Take that, dump it in here. Get that water out. But actually what I'm gonna do is take some water, run it over it. Kind of shock it a little bit. Because once you take it out the water, that doesn't mean that it's done cooking. It still has a lot of heat in it. So you want to cool these noodles down so that they don't keep cooking and get mushy after you just took it out. So let's see. See, look, I can touch these now. I can put my hands all through it, not burnt or anything like that. And it's a perfect texture for what we want. So that's a win. That's a win, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take a bowl. Put this right here real quick. You want to stay? Now we got noodles. We got noodles, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these noodles. You see me? Okay, cool. We're going to move on. Alright. So what I'm going to do is actually redo this whole thing. Clean this out real quick. And then we're going to reposition and do more stove things. Alright. So all of the work in cooking really is like prep. When it comes to actually cooking everything else, it's actually pretty quick. So we're really more than halfway done with this meal. It's super quick, man, I promise you. So, because we need to do this broccolini, right? I'm gonna put it over here though, after I put some water in there. But with this broccolini, how I like to cook my broccolini, you can cook it many different ways. But I think the cleanest way for me is just salting the heck out of your water, so that when it's like boiling, it has like a nice flavor to the actual broccolini, like itself, before you put anything else on it. Um, and then after, I'm gonna just show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just show you what I'm gonna do, right? Well, I'll tell you. I'm gonna show you. That's gonna keep going. What we're gonna do is take this. That's already a good spot. That actually, I think I want to raise this up a little bit more. Oven's off. I put the rack to the highest, and then I'm gonna put the broiler on. All right. So now we're about to be cooking, man. We're about to be cooking. So I'm gonna bring you guys over here so that you can see everything that's about to go on. All right. I'll be right back. What's good, y'all? All right, let me adjust this thing so you guys can see a little bit better. That's what we're gonna do. Bring it down. Bring this down a little bit more. All right, chat. Y'all good? Can y'all see this? Y'all probably not gonna see my face for right now, just because I feel like right now the food is the focus for real. So let's see. What do we want to do first? We got this going. Let's go with the noodles. Right. Put this thing down. Put some oil in there. Ooh, you know what we could do at the same time? I think I'll make like butter sauce. I was gonna put the salmon. It's gonna be like super simple, super good, super quick. And you don't need a lot. We just want a little bit. It's just to go over the top, like when it's midway through its cooking, because when it comes to like the butter adds like a nice richness to it. You don't need to do too much because it's already oily itself because of the cut of the salmon. So we're just gonna do a little bit just to put on top of it. So we're probably gonna do like what, 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Let this thing start going. some of my homies DJ. This is my turntable. This is where I get active, right? So that's how we do it. Onions in. Cool. Shallots in. And then because I like these noodles, like when I stir fry my noodles, I like spicing it. So what I typically do is, like, at this point right now, I put some red pepper flakes in there because when it's with the oil right now, it'll allow that spice to come out. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of more white pepper in here, just a little bit. There it is. It's hiding from me. My black pepper right here. A little bit of that. I'm gonna put my own spices up. It's crazy. Alright. Move this around. Let this marinate a little bit. Not marinate, but cook down a little bit. Make sure everything's broken up. Alright, so we're gonna let that sweat a little bit. Let all that get married. Let's see what. Let's do just like this. Real quick. So y'all can see. So got the onions, shallots. And then we'll put some of that garlic in here too. And then I'm also gonna put the rest of that garlic in here. Alright. Just clean off this little zest that I have right here. Turn this down a little bit more to like a lower setting. Zest some of this ginger in there. Don't need too much. Just a little bit. Get it from the bottom. There. Oh no, my batteries are red. Lord. Alright, I'm gonna finish this thing up real quick. Alright. We got this going. Add a little bit teriyaki sauce. Because it is supposed to be the butter sauce. So too much to take it away from the butter. Alright, a little bit of soy. Like I did before. Hit it with a little bit of mirin. Ooh. This thing is nice and hot. Good salad, man. Good salad belly. So good, so good. Has a lot of sugar in here though. Like, not a lot of sugar, but like when you're gonna cook it, it's gonna caramelize. So you want to pay attention to it. All right. So then. So this little concoction is already done. Put this to the side actually. And then we're gonna take this pan over here. Get some oil down there. Turn it up a little bit. Shrimp out. Take these noodles. Add the noodles in. Hydrate it a little bit with some oil. I usually use a little bit of sesame oil in here, but not what we're doing tonight. Turn this up a little higher. I feel like I'm on a cooking competition now with this battery thing going. The secret ingredient right here, and better than bouillon, is like one of the greatest things ever. What I'm gonna do is take a little bit of water, take a little bit more, just so I can cook down a little bit. And that's the sauce going. This is nice. Ready. Let's take this. Take this one, keep it down. Uh-oh. It's good. I think I'm going, I want it a little bit sweeter. A little bit of teriyaki to it. Also smelling that cinnamon. See, like I told you, it's gonna get dark pretty quick. Don't fear, it's not the salmon that's dark. It's just the marinade that's dark. Turn the heat off on that. So I'm gonna take that butter that I made and put it right on top, like so. Then stick this back in there for like 1 or 2 more minutes, and that should be good. Put the shrimp. Lemons that's in here. A little bit. Got this going. Like I said, salt it. It's all hot now. And you don't need to cook shrimp too long. You don't want it to get overcooked, so gotta be mindful of that. Yeah, I'm gonna take out the salmon. Put on top of this thing right here. The salmon, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that salmon. Well, the marinade, but the salmon look good. Turn that off. A little bit of lemon. And just a dab of soy sauce. Put this over here. Put that on fire. The shrimp is basically done. And then we'll start plating. Will it fit? So this shrimp is like perfect right now. It's not overcooked or anything like that. So I'm actually gonna move you guys back over so I can show you guys this plate. So 1 second. Alright, how we looking, Chad? Oh, it's a little high. Bring our back down. Some behind the scenes thing is going on. How we looking? How we looking? Are we back? Yeah, I guess. Let's see. Take it in. Plays looking mighty good right now. I'm not done yet. Get this out the way. Get this going. Smooth this up now. Broccolini is ready. Take it out. So with this broccolini, what I like to do is take a little bit of olive oil, put that on top. A little bit of salt, put that on there like that. And I got cook hands too, so we're gonna be grown up about this. There you have it, ladies and gents. A nice, beautiful plate that y'all can get into. Let me move this out the way. See, I like distracted. But yeah, you have a nice, beautiful plate right here from Hatch's Kitchen. Yeah. And here's the best part, the taste test, right? These taste good, so what we're gonna do is first, thank God for this food, and then we're gonna taste it. Let's see how things are going. Busting, my God, these noodles are hitting. Let's see what this shrimp hit before. Perfectly cooked, not overdone. This salmon belly is just so good. A great bite. You get that ginger, that garlic, and then with that butter on top, nice little richness. And then you got the broccolini as like a nice palate cleanser, right? Oh no, it's out, but that's it. I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all saw the end result. Thank you guys for coming out. That's the end of Hatch's Kitchen for tonight. I'm gonna work on this battery issue. Like I said, we're gonna get better as we go along. But thank you for coming out.